Hello and welcome to Yoga TX. My name is Crystal. Today I've got a short, sweet yin practice for y'all. We will spend some time, most of these poses will be prone or on our bellies. That being said, maybe not the best practice right after lunch or whatever meal you last had, unless it was a very light meal. But you know you best. I recommend one block and one bolster. The bolster is not really necessary. It might just be a little supportive for one of the poses. You can also use a folded up blanket as well if you don't have those things. And let's start on our bellies. Whew. Here we are. And let's actually start with our forearms stacked and rest your forehead on the mat. And I wasn't going to do this pose, and because of that, I actually don't know the name, but I think it's called Crocodile because you're just a closed crocodile mouth. But let your weight rest on the earth. Forehead rest on your forearms. And let your belly press into the earth with each inhale you take. You might notice your back body expanding. And with each exhale, you'll melt into the floor a little more. This is also a great way to take away any distractions. We're always looking around or getting distracted by things, but in this pose, we're closing off any visual distractions and kind of turning inwards and creating a dark little border with our arms. You're welcome to stay here. This next pose will be Sphinx pose, which will probably be the most energizing of poses. Again, this is a yin practice, so all our poses will be still. But if you just know that having a deeper back bend is not in the works for you today, listen to your body. For those of you who are joining me in Sphinx, you'll bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, palms forward, and spread your fingers wide. So we're creating a solid base for our arms, just like we do in down dog. Then think about creating space for your throat. So lift your chin away from your chest even more. And then notice if your shoulders are shrugging, like we're relaxing into it. Press your arms into the earth to create space between your ears and shoulders. So think lots of length through the spine. And again, this is probably the most active pose we're doing because we're not letting all the weight rest. We're still using some push into the earth. And like I said, if this pose does not work for you today, you can keep your head stacked on your forearms in Crocodile. I think it's Crocodile. Right now I'm in Sphinx. If your low back is tender, press your pubic bone into the earth, and you might even think about squeezing your butt cheeks together. That'll take a little bit of tension out of the low back. And last thing I'll say here is sometimes it's nice to find a little bit of distraction when we're holding something that's uncomfortable. So if that's the case for you, you might start to circle out your neck. So tuck your chin to chest. And roll ear to shoulder. Yes, that feels amazing. Take it back down, move the other way. Take a few of these if that's soothing to you today. All right, come back to neutral or chin level with the earth. Then we'll start to widen our hands and elbows out to the side. So think like you're a cactus-shaped pancake. Lower your left ear to the earth, so look to the right, and then bend your right knee. Slide your knee up so it's in line with your right hip. This is hug the earth pose. And there's way less push or pull in this than there is in Sphinx. You are welcome to stay right here, or if you'd like to take this into a twist, lift your head and heart. We'll thread left arm underneath the right. So we're reaching in the direction of our bent knee. And really reach through. Get the back of your hand on the mat. When you can't reach anymore, we'll rainbow our right hand up and over so that our heart spins up to the ceiling. Now, this is the pose where it might be more supportive to have a bolster underneath your bent leg. It's really nice to have it supporting inner knee all the way down to the inner ankle or heel. Again, if you don't have that, it's totally okay, but know that your bent knee does not have to stay in contact with the earth. I really like a cactus shape in my arms here, but you can also tee your arms out or even bend your elbows so that your hands come onto your rib cage. Option to take your chin over your right shoulder or away from your bent knee. We'll start to unwind. Bring your right arm back up and over to meet the left. If you have a bolster under the leg, you'll slide it out of the way. And if you liked having the bolster there before we do the other side, just slide it over. That way you're not all twisted up and then reaching for it. All right, and then come into your cactus pancake shape. Turn your right ear towards the earth so you're looking to the left. Bend your left knee and slide your knee out in line with your hip. Hug the earth, second side. Again, you are welcome to stay right here. If you want to work towards that twist, lift your heart, lift your head, thread your right arm underneath the left, so reaching towards the side of the bent knee. Try to get the back of your right shoulder on the mat, and then rainbow your left arm up and over. Draw a line on the ceiling. You'll readjust. So I kind of like to scooch everything. I bend my right elbow so that I can readjust my hips to stack. Left on top of right, both shoulder blades down. My bent knee is not in contact with anything, but I do have this bolster, so I'm going to slide it underneath my shin. So knee to inner arch of foot. Right, this time we'll come out of this by coming onto our backs. I'm going to take my bent knee up towards the ceiling and then readjust so I'm centered more or less on the mat. No more need for bolster, but our last pose will be a supported bridge pose. So do grab your block if you have one. You'll lift your hips up and slide the bolster on a low or medium setting underneath your sacrum. It's kind of like the top meaty part of the glute where it meets bone. And then pull your chin away from your chest to make space for your throat. Let your weight settle on the block. Now, a few options from here. You can stay just like this in supported bridge with your knees bent. If you'd like to stretch out the front line of the body, you can straighten one leg at a time. If you are straightening your legs, let the heel rest on the earth. So we're not activating core at all. We're just getting a nice stretch through our psoas or the front of the hips. And switch it out if you're extending your legs. You can also extend both legs at the same time. I personally don't like how that feels in my body. It might feel good in yours though. And then the last thing you might do here is take this into supported waterfall by sending both feet up towards the ceiling, yes, at the same time. You can point and flex your toes, circle your ankles. And if it feels good, and this is more for those of you who have a foam block, cork blocks can sometimes be a little bit tricky. You can kind of rock your hips side to side. You can take that with extended legs, or you can bend your knees. Think about drawing some figure eights through your glutes, through your hips. And you're giving your low back a little massage here. If you have a cork block, you can also maybe place a soft blanket over it to soften the sensation. Bring your feet back to earth. Lift your hips to slide the block out of the way. Let's take a happy baby. Reach up for your feet. Grab soles. Maybe extend one leg and then the other, or find a little rock side to side. And we take it into Savasana. If you have a bolster, you might slide the bolster underneath your knees, kind of like you would if you went to get a massage. They often put a rolled up blanket underneath knees. Feel free to take up as much space or keep your hands somewhere on your body. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. If you need to move on with your day, maybe wiggle fingers and toes or rock your head side to side. And start to roll off to one side, being mindful of props if you are on them. And then use your hands to press yourself up. If you are joining and closing out with me, we meet in a seat. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll seal this practice with a breath together. Start by exhaling all your air out. Inhale, fill your lungs. Breathe into your hands. Sip in a little more air at the top. And sigh it out. Thank you so much for joining me today and letting you guide you through your practice. If you like what we're doing here at Yoga TX, please like and subscribe to the page. If you want to follow me personally, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is at its_Crystal, CRYST, 5 A's and an L. Namaste, yogis.